they have this little moment of chemistry in the middle of this like really intricately plotted book. You know, there's this little moment of like fun kind of human interaction, and I was watching it and I just like, oh, that's Lily and Rod. That's who I want to play Lily and Rod right there. So that's would be my ideal choice, but you know, we would rarely have any say in that.
And so then, Teenie Templeton, who do you see that as?
I don't have a clue. She's 5'1"3/4". I mean, how many actresses? I mean, this is not going to get made to a movie, folks. She likes to eat. She's very curvy. I mean, an actress that eats like what, 1 strawberry a day or something? I saw one time, and I was with her all day, and she ate 1 strawberry, and I ate all the rest of the stuff. She's blonde, brown eyes, gappy teeth. I don't know. If you think of anybody, let me know.
Well, the thing is that with Hollywood, it would absolutely get made into a movie, but Nicole Kidman would play it.
I know. And they'd have to use like, what is it, the CG?
Yeah.
Like with the hobbits?
Right.
So I want to ask you both, so how did you come up with the title, Hot Shot and Bothered?
Well, my editor actually wanted to call it, and this was before she'd read it, she wanted to call it Hot and Bothered in Bakersfield. And most of this book actually takes place out of Bakersfield in the mountains where the wildfire is out of control. Yeah, and I felt like Hot and Bothered in Bakersfield basically means horny in Bakersfield, which I didn't really want as a title. Lily is in a committed relationship, and they are in fact having sex, but the book takes place in a 24-hour period in which there is a wildfire coming at them. Lily is almost drowned. She's shot at. There's a car rolls over. Within that 24-hour period, they don't have sex. I thought Hot and Bothered was a little misleading, so we came up with Hot Shot and Bothered because Lily is a shooter, and she gets shot at, and because of the wildfire that's coming, the hot sort of, with the flames on the bottom of the page, it sort of played off of that. So.
And the bothered part would be she's annoyed by the fact that nobody's paying attention to her friend who has been killed.
Right. Okay. And Lily is a spunky kind of ornery character, so you could say that she's always a little bit bothered.
And Gone with a Handsomer Man.
Well, that's the title of a poem by Will Carleton, Gone with a Handsomer Man from the 1800s. But now, this is my little secret thing that I put in there. It's kind of a nod to Margaret Mitchell, because there's a character in there named Red Butler Hill. His mother couldn't spell, so she's put R-E-D on the birth certificate. But it's kind of just my secret little nod. Because I love Margaret Mitchell. I used to have the Margaret Mitchell bed.
Oh, really? Wow.
I had to sell it. I'm very careful when I step off the curbs. I almost got hit by a taxi in New Orleans and my husband saved me. So, anyway, that's my Margaret Mitchell.
Can I ask a question? I'm sorry, I didn't know this breaking protocol. But I thought Teenie and Red had a lot of chemistry.
They did.
And I wondered, did that was that planned, or did those characters just take off on their own?
They just did, that's how they interact with each other, But I really don't think there's anything there more than a friendship. But he likes to cook, and Teenie warms up to him right away. I don't know. I could never. I can't strong arm anyone, much less a character. I know you know how that feels. I mean, they're just. But Red just kind of showed up. I hadn't really planned to put him in the book, and he just kind of showed up. And for the moment he was there, he was just there. He was assertive and, hey, girlie, you look at me, girlie. And, he just took over. But he didn't like Teenie, So. No, I
came
I
around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So now I'm interested in knowing, what books are you reading?
I'm not reading anything right now. I'm watching The Vampire Diaries. I just finished season 1 last night. And so I wrote a vampire novel, so it's going to be out in November, but not under my name. It'll be under the name of Piper Maitland, is Acquainted with the Night. Got to get it now. Really good. Not setting this out. And so I was watching, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But before that, I read Harley Jane Kuzak's Dating Dead Men. It was hilarious. Loved it. Also set in California. Yeah.
And what about you? Are you reading anything right now?
I'm reading The Crime Writer by Greg Hurwitz, who I met Friday. And, we were talking, and we were talking about Los Angeles, and he said that he had written this book several years ago that was sort of like his Valentine to Los Angeles. And so I got it on my instantly. And I am loving it. It is a very Los Angeles book. It's not a cozy, it's not funny, but it's a very great, so far, it's a great LA mystery, in the tradition of Chandler and more recently, Michael Connelly.
So we want to take your questions, but I have one last that I have to ask you. Agatha Christie, she's named the First Lady of Crime. So if we look into the future and people have read your books, how would you like them to recognize you? The Queen of Mystery, the Dawn of Crime, the Great Lady? I mean, what would you envision that moniker being?
Booty.
Someone who, wrote some good reads, really, just someone that you could depend on, that you could pick up a Nora McFarlane book and you could know that you're going to have a good time.
And we have. Thank you both so much for being here. If you have questions, a mic is going to be set up so that you can come here and ask your questions of Nora McFarlane and Michael Lee West.